He's a black belt, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in 143 pounds. From Zapatero Jiu-Jitsu in Honolulu, Hawaii, Edmund the Bull Lee! And his opponent, fighting out of the Team Passion corner. He's also a black belt, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in 155 pounds, representing One World Jiu-Jitsu in Newark, California, Keith Fukumae! And our referee for the evening is Chris Healy.
Okay, Jake, main event of the evening. Here we go.
Looks like we've got some featherweights here. Yeah, a pair of featherweights. Nice double guard pull. I think Fu's got the sleeve control, and he's looking for the Berimbolo. Low on the ankle, so he wants to come on top. Probably not going to take the back. Perfect.
Looks very relaxed to start off.
That's how he fights, actually. Yeah, nope. So he's going to... Looks like he was going after an ankle, but it's a little loose. So he's going to cross face, pressure. And if you get past the legs here, no. Nice sweep. He's got control of both ankles and broke the sleeve grip. Fuki immediately pulls. Looks like he's trying to invert here. And we got him going after for another ankle here, Edmund is.
Fuki looks like he's heavy on that leg.
Yeah, he's trying to put all his weight on the leg, the ankle that's isolated, so that he can extend and start and get him on his butt and try to put some pressure on that ankle. He wants to go belly down, straight ankle, but I don't think he quite has the angle on it. He doesn't have the ankle joint isolated. We're trying to step over here. Looks like he got his knee inside. He's got some kind of set up a single leg X, maybe get him off to one side.
I'm very impressed with Edmund's guard.
Yeah, really good. He's got the sleeve control. Fuki's falling back, looking to break that sleeve grip, and has, you can see the heel on the hip, trying to keep him away, trying to keep him down, wants to keep him from coming up on top. Yeah, look, Ed's really going hard after the ankle here. Straight ankle, maybe like an Estima type grip, but he's earned 50 now, so they're even. Fuki's trying to scream over here now, control that far leg.
Looks like he's going for a leg lock
so
himself.
So he wants to lock it up, probably go straight ankle, maybe toe hold on the free leg. So he's got the far leg isolated with his legs, and his feet aren't really in a lot of danger right now. But the only leg he can attack is that far leg. So he needs to keep that far leg in there until his ankle is free and he can come up on top into some kind of leg drag. There you go. Probably going to reset him here, bring him back inside.
Looked like for a second Fuki wanted an over and under pass, but it didn't seem to come to fruition.
Yeah, I think he actually wanted to try, and he's trying to get him into the leg drag and try to finish the leg drag. He's going back into the standing guard pass, but he's got Emmy's got the far lead control and kind of a weak De La Hiva, but he's isolating the ankle. Again here, maybe a calf slicer, trying to climb his way to the hip. It looks like he's bailing, so he brought the leg out, and he's going to go with a steam on the grip on the top leg. Lost it, and now I think Fuki's got an ankle isolation here, so they're probably going to play this CD guard here for a minute. Fuki is streaming the leg on the inside here. He's got inside leg control. I don't think he's in a lot of danger, but nothing's really happening. Kind of in a stalemate here. Yes, this is sub only.
Edmund looks like he keeps trying the inverted rolls.
He's going after the ankle. So he didn't have the ankle isolated that time, but he had pant control. But Fuki's kind of wise to it right now, and doesn't really have a lot of control on the joint. So he's going after it, but Fuki's defending, going back into the standing pass. He's going back and forth between a falling back and then into standing pass. Fuki really wants to get his feet out of there at this point. I don't think he wants to hang out he doesn't have the hip isolation. So he's got the foot isolated now, and that's what exactly what he's looking for. He's looking to try to get some kind of control on the hip now, so he can control the distance and then really crank on the joint. He's kind of got Fuki in a bad spot here. Fuki's really facing in the wrong direction. He wants to be able to kind of turn in there, get that the far leg that Edmund's holding onto. He wants to get that free and try to turn. But he has to maintain the grip on the sleeve there, so he can't really crank on the ankle. It's a tough spot. Little stalemate here. We'll kind of wait and see what happens. Who opens up first?
This has been a very technical match so far.
I would say the most technical so far on both sides and the most even. Yeah, you saw a lot of matches where the guy was coming out of the gate and being really dominated from the get-go, and we haven't seen anybody really dominate here.
Yeah, this has been a pretty neutral match so far.
So he's got that 50-50, that topside ankle he's looking for, but he doesn't quite have it. And Fuki's putting a lot of pressure on him, so until he can stand him out here and be able to control the distance, this is where he can really start to kind of put some crank on it, I think. And Fuki's ankle's out. Now he's looking to pass. Toriando, now he's got him stacked up. He's got to pick a side here. There you go. He's going to want heavy hips, and Edmund's going to want the single and pull the guard.
Man, Edmund is slick from the bottom.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of guard retention. Even when he goes after the submission, he immediately comes right up and gets some kind of control back in there. Fuki's just looking to pressure here, maybe kind of get the feet off his hips before he starts to move around. I think everyone's going to want some single X control. But he just, with the double leg control that Fuki has, is not much he can do about it. Then he had that knee pressure keeping the hips down. We're in the north-south now. He solidifies the pass. I want to say for the first time tonight. I think that's the first pass Fuki was able to get.
Yeah.
There you go. He got the arm inside. He's got the lapel. He's got danger leg control. And I think he's going to look for the crossface now. Yeah, he's going to look at get it across the backside of the neck so he can switch to the crossface and then really crank it in.
What's Edmund want to do right here?
I would say that he wants to get that arm he has on the outside and want to get that on the inside. So Fuki was waiting for it. He isolated the arm, and he's got kind of he's got the other arm isolated between his legs. Now he's going to go Americana.
Possible wrist lock right here. And he got the tap. Yeah. Incredible.
So I didn't want to say anything beforehand, but if you know Fuki, you're looking out for the wrist locks. When you roll with Fuki, you roll prison
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Chris Dealey calls a halt to the action at 3 minutes and 42 seconds of the first round. For your winner, via wrist lock, Keith Fuki Fook Fukumae!
Keith Fuki Fook Fukumae.
First off, congratulations.
I don't think either one of us, me or Jake, was surprised that you were able to catch him with a wrist lock. How did the finish come about?
It took me a while to get into my mode, you know, trying to feel him out, and then he was aggressive the whole time, so I was like, all right, let me find my timing. And then I was able to pass, and then he left his arm out for a second. And I was going to do a straight arm lock, but I know he's smaller than me. I was like, that's not – I didn't want to, like, strength it, you know, so I was like, let me just try and go for a wrist lock instead. Yeah, he's a tough competitor, man.
So the wrist lock you got wasn't like the traditional wrist lock. You had the reverse. I have, personally, I haven't seen a lot of success with that wrist lock. Do you use that often, and how do you set it up?
I think it's easier because once you get the fingers like this, fingers can't really go around the hand. So once you catch it like this, it's really hard for them to get their arm back as long as you have pressure on the elbow.
So the escape is harder with that kind of that reverse.
Yeah, here it's easier to kind of like roll out, but when you're like this and you got pressure on the fingers, because if you go like this, it's easy because they got their fingers, but if you push their fingers back, it's a lot harder to circle out.
Pro tip for all you there in Streamland.
One of the things that I noticed, and I said to Jake right away, was you seemed, I mean, extremely calm as the match was going, and I mean, through the whole thing, you know what?
Poker face.
Yeah, what did you do to kind of get in the zone like that, and to kind of, you know, be able to?
I mean, that was me pretty much trying to find my mode. You know, I was like, he was going really fast, and I was like, all right, let me wait till he cools down. And he kept coming, and I was like, all right, let me just wait him out a little bit. And then eventually, like, he calmed down a little bit, and I was like, all right, let's go. And then
Yeah,
he was coming hard, so I was like, all right, let me hold him off for a second. See, he was going for a lot of ankle locks.
that was most of the
You must
fight. So
have
most
watched
of the
my
fight
last
was defending an angle, really looking for the pass. You're trying to transition between falling back and then standing up to look for the pass. So can you talk a little bit about your strategy of falling back as you start to isolate and get underneath, and then coming back up to actually finish the pass standing?
Yeah, I mean, he was going for footlocks a lot, so I was just trying to make sure I hid my foot. But then, yeah, it's hard to, I don't know. Yeah, I was just trying to get rid of hooks and then come up, and then when I'm ready, you know. Sorry, I didn't really hear the last part of your question.
No, that's good. That was good. You were trying to kill the hooks and get your grips before you came on that actually pass. And towards the end there, you're right. You found your timing and you went right into the pass.
Because sometimes it's for flexible guys, if they're really good at pulling you in, sometimes if you go too far in, you know, it's really hard to get those hooks out. So sometimes I just sit back, make space, and then come up and then start.
Yeah, you did a really good job of sitting back, making that space, and then you got inside position on the legs, and then that's when you were able to come up into really better passing position because of that.
Yeah, he was tough though, man.